ad hoc committee issue, I don't think the committee has got a problem in the establishment of the ad hoc committee, because we as the committee, we are not going to stop our work. We will carry on with our work. If the ad hoc committee has been agreed upon by the Speaker and the necessary bodies of Parliament, they will take their road, and we will carry on with ours as the as the Committee of Public Enterprises, because the issue of having an inquiry was firstly was raised in the committee. As much as it was your ad hoc request was before the inquiry, but according to the information that we got, is that the ad hoc committee was rejected, and then the inquiry was accepted, that it must carry on with the committee must carry on with the inquiry. I am not sure where are we discussing now. Honorable Mondli, with your order.
No. I think, Chair, we stand a risk of discussing irrelevant things. For instance, Member Singh, I didn't hear him speaking about what to call leaks. He was speaking about what you are correcting now, speaking about the resources of the of the committee. And in my view, you correctly said, let's deal with the terms of reference and discuss at the end the process of gathering resources. And I think in the process of certain orders being called, other issues found their way through the window. But I'm saying maybe we should let's try and be focused so that we don't discuss many things.
Honorable Singh,
Yeah, Chair, I was on the floor and I would like to respond to the points of orders. I think I'm being completely misunderstood by honorable members, completely misunderstood. All I gave was background to this matter as regards the request for the ad hoc committee, one. Secondly, I said I fully support this inquiry. But before we continue with the inquiry and the terms of reference, we need to be assured that we can do our work effectively and efficiently. Now, one understands, and it's public knowledge, that there's been correspondence exchanged between the chairperson of committees and chairs of certain committees regarding resources. Order. But if we are prepared to deal with that as we do the terms of reference, then I'm fine.
There's order. There's order. Honorable Noban.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chair, I think you have ruled on what Mr. Singh was saying. And what we are here for is for the inquiry to adopt our terms of references. Now, the terms of references will tell us what we need. And on all the issues that we need, we are going to write to the Speaker and ask the Speaker that since you have agreed that we have this inquiry, this is what we need. And I don't think Parliament would give us permission to go ahead with the inquiry, and at the end of the day, we are going to suffer with resources. Because I think everything else, once we have adopted, we can, as a committee, write that letter to the Speaker or whoever we are supposed to write to and ask for everything that we need that will assist us in this inquiry. So on that, Chair, I propose that we move into discussing the terms of reference.
Thank you. I think we all agree on this issue that we go to the terms of reference. Just before we go to the third part of the agenda, I just want to bring to your attention, honorable members, that we have a directive from the House of the Chairperson of Committees, Honorable Cedric. Honorable Cedric, on the 19th of June 2017, the House Chairperson of Committees of Oversight and ICT in the National Assembly issued a directive to affected committees to urgently probe accusation of state capture linked to alleged emails involving a number of ministers and report back to the National Assembly. This directive must be taken into consideration in determining the scope. That's what I received yesterday. Then this, I would want us to put it as part of our program for next term. But today, can we please deal with the issue that is at hand? Because this state capture of this state capture linked emails, we will still have to get the emails and read the emails, and then as a committee, as per our program, we will put it in our program, definitely. As per our program, we will discuss then how do we take the issue forward. If we have to take it as part of the inquiry, we will see if we can include it as part of the inquiry. But we will definitely adhere to the directive that comes from the chair of chairs. Can we then go to item number 3 of the agenda? Honorable Month. No. I want the secretary to read us the terms of reference, and then we will discuss them.
Thank you, Chairperson. As per the resolution of the committee on the 23rd of March of May, when we dealt with the issue of Eskom, it was agreed that the committee would undertake an inquiry, and that was mainly informed also by the legal advice that the committee received on that particular day. And the legal advice was on the basis of Rule 167 of the General Powers of the Portfolio Committee, which stipulate, Rule 167, that the Portfolio Committee can summon any person to appear before it to give evidence on oath or affirmation or to produce documents, receive petitions, representations, or submissions from interested persons or institutions, permit oral evidence or evidence, representations, submissions, and any other matter before the committee, conduct public hearings, consult any assembly or council committee or subcommittee, or any joint committee or subcommittee, determine its own working arrangements, meet at a venue determined by it, which may be a venue beyond the seat of Parliament, or meet on any day and at any time, including a day which is not a working day, amongst others, and exercise any other powers assigned to it by the Constitution, legislation, and other provisions of these rules of the resolution of the Assembly. Based on that, the legal advice that we received is that the process that the committee will be undertaking, it's actually covered by the general powers of the committee. So whether the committee calls it an inquiry or not, but it's part of our duties of the committee to summon any person to give evidence if we feel that there's something wrong with any of the entities, departments, or officials. So there's nothing untoward with the process. And then with regards to the terms of reference, they are also, the support staff have prepared draft documents for the committee to assist you to be able to undertake this work. But they are mainly informed by the matters that were dealt with on the 23rd of May, which, amongst others, because the meeting was particularly meant to deal with the issues surrounding the circumstances, surrounding the reappointment of Mr. Brown Molefe as the GCEO of Eskom, and also the issues of the process relating to the determination of the retirement package that was approved by the board of Eskom and recommended to the minister. So that was the concept, the subject matter of that particular day. So the terms of references were mainly around that particular issue. If you go to page 2 of the document that we've given you regarding the terms of references, which is number D, it informs you that the terms of references of such an inquiry could be to assess, amongst others, the board's ability to discharge its fiduciary duties, including looking into the financial status and sustainability of Eskom, the response by Eskom to the public protector report on state capture findings, into the conduct of the former GCEO, the reappointment of the former GCEO into Eskom, the determination of the retirement package for the former GCEO of Eskom. And B, the findings and recommendations of the committee inquiry must address and set out mechanisms that can be employed to guarantee the fiscal stability, address governance and ethics challenges, We raised the issue of market-related remuneration levels in Eskom, ensure a suitable job classification linked to remuneration, determination of executive appointments and remuneration. The committee inquiry must assess compliance into the following legislation: the Public Finance Management Act, the Eskom Conversion Act, the Companies Act, the Pension Funds Act of Eskom, and any appropriate acts and legislation applicable to the inquiry. The terms and references may be amended at any time with the members of the committee. And then also in terms of the procedure of this thing, before the proceedings of this particular thing, the committee would first need to deal with the issues of the terms of reference. The terms of reference will deal with the scope as to how far does the committee wants to investigate. Do they only look at the issues of the Eskom reappointment of Brian Molefe or any other issues thereto? The form of the inquiry should take in terms of the hearings that they would like to take. What form should they take? Whether the committee will call witnesses, and if so, which witnesses. We have also attached potential witnesses that the committee may need to invite. The form which representation by the board or any other person should take in order to comply with the principles of natural justice. So that will be informed by what we're going to do. And then after the deliberation of these terms of references, the committee will report on its findings, but also the committee would then write to the House chairpersons of the office responsible for committees in terms of what resources it will require to be able to do its job, because obviously you will need a legal advisor and a beef up on the support structure that will ensure that the committee is able to do its work. With your permission, Chairperson, and then what we have also prepared, there's another document we have given you, which speaks to the list of documents that we might require from which is not all of it, but it's just a suggestion to the committee. Then the committee will have to amend and see if there's many more. That will be determined by if the scope is expanded or not expanded. That will inform what kind of documents would be required to be able to do this thing. Firstly, on the issue of the reappointment of Mr. Brian Molefe as the group CEO, and the issue of the determination of the remuneration package, Mr. Molefe's early retirement. We need the minutes of the board meeting where Mr. Molefe's early retirement was accepted and approved. The 30 million rand retirement package was recommended, was discussed and approved by the board. The reappointment of Mr. Molefe was discussed and approved. The legal advice sought by the board of Eskom on the matter relating to the pension package, matter relating to the reappointment of Mr. Molefe, the matter relating to the findings and recommendations of the public protector. Because in the meeting of the 23rd, that's when the committee was informed that the legal advice was sought that the board does not necessarily have to implement the recommendations of the board, of the public protector. The following documents relating to the Eskom pension funds, all 7 investigation reports into maladministration into Eskom, the Danton report, the PwC report, and any other documents that the committee see fit. The issue of the list of potential witnesses, which is a separate document to what we have given members of parliament. We have listed potential witnesses that the committee would like to, which is not exclusive. We've listed the former interim group CEO of Eskom, Mr. Collins Machila, Mr. Tsidiso Matona, Mr. Brian Molefe, Mr. Matsela Koko, Mr. Dan Marokani, Mr. Chulufelo Molefe, Mr. Anoj Singh, Mr. Elsie Pule, Mr. Zola Tsotsi, Dr. Ben Ngubani, Mr. Zitembe Khoza, Ms. Kwaiya Mabude, Kwaita Mabude, Dr. Pat Naidu, Ms. Nazim Karim, Ms. Nasim Maria Kasim, Ms. Valente Klein, Mr. Verushni Naidu, Mr. Susan Daniels, and some of the institutions that we feel that probably the committee would also need to interact with, the Eskom Pension and Provident Fund Board of Trustees, National Treasury, the Office of the Public Protector, the Office of the Auditor General of South Africa. This does not exclude the Minister and the Deputy Minister of the Department of Public Enterprises.
Thank you very much. Mr. El Sipule, you see his name is Mr. Miss. Oh, El Sipule, whoever is a Mr. or a Miss, but he is in Transnet. I am not sure about the name because he is not, or she, is it a she or a me? I think it's a mistake. CFO of Eskom, do you want to say something?
Madam Chair, Ms. Elsie Pule is an employee of Eskom. Yes, yes. Yes, she's a Group Executive Human Resources.
Thank you very much. Okay. Those are the terms of reference and the list of potential witnesses and the list of documents that we think will be essential for us to use in this in this inquiry. But members, can I raise something? Members, we are in this together, not as political parties, but as members of Public Enterprises Committee, which of South Africa, which want to correct everything that has been wronged or wrongdoings within Eskom. We are doing this thing together as a team, not as Zuki Swaranto or Mondli Ngungubele, Natasha Muzon. No, we are not doing it as, I'm trying to warn honorable members that we are in this together. Therefore, everything that we are looking at, we will have to have the same vision, the same mission, and have, at the end, we must not be found wanting as members of parliament on the issue. Honorable members, your hand.
Thanks very much, Chairperson. Let me appreciate the presentation by the Secretary of the inquiry, potential witnesses, documents.
Honorable Teddy, can you speak to your mic, please, because I can't hear you. And for now, we are going to focus on terms of reference now.
Yeah, I'm on that one. I was saying, Chair, let me welcome the presentation by the Secretary. I think in your opening remarks, you have said a mouthful in terms of how we need to handle this particular aspect. The issue at hand, of course, is an issue that concerns all of us. Hence, we've decided, taken a conscious decision on the day that the Secretary spoke about to have an inquiry into the activities of the company. But over and above that, Chair, having said that, we're doing this thing collectively in the best interest of our people. The issue that I thought we need to take care of very seriously is how we relate to the media in the course of us doing this particular responsibility. Because if we are not careful, we are likely to cause problems in the long run and complicate the whole process. So it will be important that we state right from the beginning that we rely on your office as the acting chairperson of the committee to interact as and when it's necessary with the media in terms of the developments, where are we going, and whatever is going to be happening in the committee. And as well, doing this thing with the necessary sensitivity it deserves. Otherwise, we'll complicate this whole thing. I think in the long run, all of us must then be proud of whatever we are going to be, the product that we are going to be arriving at. But I'm confident that we will obviously work together and ensure that we deal with this particular issue, which is of national interest, of course, so that at the end of the day, all of us are seen to be really representing our people. Of course, the documents, as the Secretary has indicated, they might not be the only documents. As and when there are other documents, we will obviously have to consider that. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think yourself and Honorable Sedi have taken some words out of my mouth. I think it's important that we don't think it's a waste of time to emphasize the cooperative ground rules. See, matters of corporate governance, matters of state reputation, those matters, partisanship to the best of our ability needs to be restrained, not silenced. Not silenced. I'm saying this because I have come across news, ourselves as different political parties, trying to punt or advertise what key role are we playing in this process. I guess probably it's the right of any party to say that. But all what I want to say in dealing with the ground rules for cooperative purposes, going forward, let's try to be as conventional in dealing with issues of reputation as possible, especially if they focus to corporate governance in a manner that where multi-party approach is the defining principle, with honesty and hiding nothing. But let's avoid things that can undermine cooperation. That's a very, very, very important thing. Because once we allow power games, political power games, to play into this space, the purpose at hand is actually going to be vulnerable. And I think we are all going to agree on that. Fortunately, when I look around, it's a lot of mature politicians. But if I go straight to the document, where I'm sitting, Chair, it appears to me that the background to the inquiry has been articulated, that a particular meeting took place, and as a result of that meeting, an inquiry unanimously by all parties was agreed. Having looked at the series of responses to the questions of the committee, at the instance of not being satisfied by those responses, the committee felt that there should be an inquiry. Now we're sitting here with the terms of reference proposed by officials. Where I'm sitting, they seem to be dealing with what I consider minimum essential issues that would guide what we interrogate.